Good morning, friends. How are you all? Certainly enjoying yourselves. I welcome you in yet another episode of our virtual classroom. Today also we are talking about reading and writing. And once again I am starting with a story. I'll read the story for you. ધ્યાનથી સ્ટોરી નો હાર્દ પકડવા કોશિશ કરજો. એ પછી હંમેશની જેમ આપણે એ સ્ટોરી સાથે સંકળાયેલી કેટલીક એક્ટિવિટીઝ કરીશું. Let's go ahead. Today I'll read the same story, A Big Tortoise and a Small Tortoise, for you. Let me help you recall the story. The story was about how many tortoises? There were many tortoises in the story. Even there were tortoise kids also in our story. But the main character of our story were two special tortoises. One a big one and the other is a small tortoise. They both were very curious, just like you. They want to know new things. They have many questions. They heard that there is a town near their village. So they have questions. What kind of questions? They thought, is the town same as our village? Does the town have tortoises? So they asked all these questions to the elder tortoises. But all the tortoises replied, we do not know. But there was one wise tortoise. He said, why don't you go to the town yourself and check it by your own self? Our big tortoise and small tortoise liked that idea very much. They liked this idea of going to the town. But they did not know the way to the town. So again they listened to the talks of the villagers. And thus, finally, they found out the way to the town. To reach the town, they have to cross a hill. So, they climbed up the hill. When they reached at the top of the hill, they saw a beautiful scene. For the first time, they saw their village from top of a hill, and it looked so beautiful. The village was at the eastern side of the hill and the town was at the western side of the hill. The town was also looking beautiful. So the small tortoise said, let us, friend, climb down and go to the town. But the big tortoise has different idea. He said, we have already seen a town. Why to go there? What is the need? Let us return back to our village. So they departed. The big tortoise climbed down and went to the village. The small tortoise climbed down and went to the town. Now let us go with the big tortoise. The big one returned to the village and talked about their visit to the top of the hill. He said, have you seen our village from the top of the hill? It looks so beautiful. Would you like to see it? there were some younger tortoises, kids just like you. All the kid tortoises pulled out their neck from their shell and shouted, I want to come with you on the top of the hill. So all the kids joined the big tortoise and they climbed up to the top of the hill. When they reached the top of the hill, do you know what they found? They found that the small tortoise who went to the town was there. And not only he was there with kid tortoise from the town. So once again, the big tortoise and the small tortoise met, and kids from the village and kid tortoises from the town, they also met for the first time. The kid tortoises were very happy to see other tortoises. They couldn't believe that there are other tortoises in the other part of the world. That was our story.
આ વાર્તાને કેટલાક ચિત્રોની મદદથી સમજીએ.
There was a village. There was a small pond in the village. Many tortoises lived in that pond. But among all, 2 tortoises were special. They heard about a town. They inquired, "Is the town same as our village? Are there tortoises in the town?" Other tortoises replied,
We do not know.
One wise tortoise suggested,
Do visit the town and know by yourself.
The small tortoise and the big tortoise liked the idea. They listened to the talks of the villagers. Thus, they found the road to the town. Finally, they set off for the town. There was a small hill on their way. The big tortoise and the small tortoise climbed up the hill. Their village was at the east side of the hill, and the town was at the west side of the hill. Both the town and the village looked beautiful from the top of the hill. The small tortoise said, "Wow! What a scene! Our village looks so beautiful." The big tortoise added,
And so small. Look at this side. The town seems so big and very populated. How many buildings?
said the small tortoise.
And many of them are so tall.
Added the big tortoise.
Let us climb down and reach to the town,
Suggested the small tortoise.
Now we know how a town looks like. Let us climb down to our village.
Suggested the big tortoise.
To the town,
said the small tortoise.
to our village.
Said the big tortoise. So they departed on their way down from the hill. The big tortoise reached the village and told all tortoises.
Our village looks beautiful from the hilltop. Who wants to see that scene?
All the tortoise kids pulled out their necks and shouted. After a week, the big tortoise led all the tortoise kids to the hilltop. Lo and behold, when they reached the hilltop, what they saw? They saw the small tortoise with tortoise kids from the town.
What the story is about? Two curious tortoises. One was big, the other was small. Let us see on the screen. આ word છે climb up. જો આ માધવી is climbing up the hill. Let us check one more word. Pond. The tortoise were living in a pond. એવું આપણી વાર્તામાં આવતું હતું. Pond એટલે શું? યુઝ્યુઅલી આપણા ગામોમાં એકાદ નાનું મોટું પોન્ડ તો હોય જ છે. શું હોય છે આ પોન્ડ? જુઓ તમારી સ્ક્રીન પર. This is a pond. And what is this? This is a hill. Hill ઉપર આપણે ક્લાઇમ્બ અપ કરી શકીએ અને ક્લાઇમ્બ ડાઉન કરવું પડે. ચાર પગવાળા જાનવરોને તો એ બહુ સહેલું પડે, આપણને તકલીફ પડતી હોય છે. So this is a picture of a hill. આપણી સ્ટોરીમાં બીજા બે પ્લેસની પણ વાત આવે છે. A village and a town. Village તો તમે જાણો છો, તમારું village, right? This is a town. જો કેટલું બધું ગીચ છે, It is really populated and you can see tall buildings too. એક ખૂબ tall ટાવર દેખાય છે ને, અને ટાવરની બાજુમાં એક 4 માળની વ્હાઇટ બિલ્ડિંગ પણ દેખાય છે. રાઈટ? સો ધેટ ઇઝ અ ટોલ બિલ્ડિંગ. અને કેટલા બધા ઘરો નજીક નજીકમાં છે. Really, towns are getting more and more populated. અને આ છે એક વિલેજ.